welcome to the channel. I'm Mrs. Best. We are here to go over 90-Day Fiancés before the 90 days because they got 10,762 spinoff series. But let's welcome James for the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. The link to his channel and others is in the description. What's poppin', James Jackson?
What up? What up? Hey, everybody! Like, comment, and subscribe. Show my girl some love, y'all. We trying. We doing this. We here for y'all. Yes.
We also appreciate everybody for watching as the year ends. I think when the year started, I was at like 500 something subscribers. I'm currently at 731. I lost a few getting rid of the music reviews, but I'm happy to have gained them back. I appreciate everybody who supports me and supports James and supports really anybody who's trying to do stuff on YouTube independently because it is hard. So I just thought I'd say that because I may not be back live before the new year.
Yes, you will.
Maybe. That's if Love and Hip Hop airs.
Oh,
That's
okay. I got you.
airs.
I still need to go live on my channel, so I have to figure out something we gonna do.
Oh, okay. Good things. Be on the lookout for James's channel. Please turn on the notifications and subscribe.
Oh, I know what we can do. Okay, I'm gonna text you.
He says he's gonna text me. I appreciate it. Y'all, we are here to go over 90 Days Fiance. This episode is titled It's Going to Be a Bumpy Ride, Season 8, Episode 4. This is a new series I'm adding. So to the people who have been watching, I know it's not too many. Each week I get just a little more views. I appreciate you guys. And if you want us to cover more 90-day spinoffs, please let us know, preferably the ones that are not 2-hour-long episodes. But let's get into this episode. We're going to start with Lisa and Daniel. And for those unsure, we do format these episodes the way that I do Love After Lockup, which is also 2-hour episodes. But the way we're going to do it is I'm going to explain what happens with each couple throughout the whole episode. So I'm not playing ping pong on YouTube because I'm not good at ping pong. But Lisa and Daniel are an interesting couple. Lisa and her wigs are preparing to see Daniel. And she said some things to me that was like, Lisa, there are Black people in Pennsylvania, and I think that you should find some of them and make friends with them. Because Black women, when we make friends with you, we like to hold each other accountable, and we'll let you know, baby, this isn't your color. Pull your wig back a little bit. Did you have adhesive put on the strip, or are you using glue? We would help you, Lisa. You know, your hair doesn't have to itch under the wig if you braid it down. Just say it, Lisa. You know? But okay. But Lisa heading to Nigeria to see Daniel. She has 3 wigs. She says that her wigs ruin quickly, which tells me she puts them on her head, takes them off, and probably leave them on the nightstand next to her or something. You got to put them on a head or put them in some plastic or some silk or something. You got to get the wig spray to keep up with it. You have to brush it. You have to treat it like real hair, believe it or not. That's why I don't wear it. I may as well do my own shit. But, you know, she also expressed to us that she gets rashes when she wears her wigs. I said, Lisa, that indicates a cheap quality product, or you could have sensitive skin and be allergic to it, but 9 times out of 10, it's given cheap synthetic blend. I want you to get a wig that's 100% human hair, and the type of human hair it is and where it comes from matters. I want you to get a wig that's human also, because when it comes, you should wash it, and you'd be surprised the colors that come out of your hair when you wash it before doing it. Braiding hair included. Just the word. It won't itch as much. But she is telling us that she is going to be sleeping in her wigs the whole time she's in Nigeria with Daniel. She said that though he has seen her hair and she feels he loves her for her, she don't want to show him what she looked like in person without her wig, which tells me, as my husband's in the background saying that's stupid over and over because he don't watch this shit. He just hear me talk about it. Lord help us. But it tells me that this is not the person for you. Because I'm going to keep it a buck. This man does seem the soft fro, the short fro, the long fro, the wigs, the weaves. I have alopecia. He doesn't see when it fall out sometimes. He doesn't see it all. And I still feel loved equally. So I don't understand, Lisa. Part of being married and living with a person is they're going to have to see you for what you look like when you're not in the streets. It's unrealistic to be done up all the time. Lisa's giving Whitney Gilbert after her and Dwayne Wayne got married in a different world when Whitley was waking up at 4:30 in the morning to brush her teeth and wash her face and put on a little bit of makeup so that she could look like she just slept radiantly in the bed. That's what it's given. That's a hard life to live. I'm just like, what are you doing? But while she's doing all this with the wigs, we meet Daniel. He doesn't just live in Nigeria, he lives in the slums of Nigeria. So, for those who do not know, Lagos is one of the most populated cities in the world. I believe it is one of the most populated cities in the world. There are millions of people just in Lagos, Nigeria itself. Lagos also has one of the largest slums in the world, and it's a floating slum. Concerning. That's why that water was black. It is not safe. They are impoverished. It's one of those things where we have to realize how lucky and blessed we are to live where we live as Americans, even though that's hard to say right now. I don't like our government. Or if you live in the UK, still places like Australia, Canada, you don't realize how good you have it until you see how it is in other places. So while I don't judge people for living like that, it did make me side-eye Daniel that much more because he said some very concerning things and lived. I'm like, okay, like he said, sometimes he could only eat once in a day and not get full growing up with his family. And now you're talking to this American woman when I don't know if y'all have seen Nigerian women, they're beautiful. And I don't understand why this man would choose to talk to a woman, no shade, like Lisa, all the way in the Americas. Lisa is almost 20 years older than Daniel. She just doesn't seem like what he would date. And it has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with weight. It has nothing to do with looks. Just based on personality, how she acts, where she's from, the differences, I don't see these two dating. Daniel says that the reason he wants to be with Lisa is because his mother, who is now deceased, told him and his siblings stories about a war that happened in Nigeria years ago. The war that his mother survived in is because a white man saved her. She says that because a white man saved her life in this war, that she wants her son to marry a white woman. So because of that, that is the reason that Daniel seeked out Lisa. Then he says when asked what he likes about Lisa, he says he likes that she is thick. Thick is when you maybe got some ass, got some love handles, some thighs, good titty thighs. That is thick. Lisa's overweight, not thick. And I ain't trying to be mean, but when he had to follow up, she's thick and he likes her boobs, I said, you're not attracted to this woman. You're looking for a way out of Nigeria. And where he lives, I cannot blame him. I cannot. When you look at how people live, that's why I'm like, okay, the scams and stuff that come out of there, I can understand. If I was living like that, I'd be scamming the fuck out some dumb Americans too. I don't care. I sure would. So I get that part, but I just don't like it. So he says when asked what he likes about her, aside from the good boobs and her being thick, she financially supports him. Her personality, you don't like her smile. She's talking about these wigs. I would have for sure thought he would have said he loved the wigs, but he don't love the wigs. It just seemed like Daniel was more concerned with what Lisa can do for him and the box that she checks as it aligns with what his family wants for him. Because he kept making comments about so I can get to America and make a life for my family. This fool went as far as to see an African spiritual guy who was talking to the spirits, talking about, I am not deaf. Can you tell me more? I said, if he say this one more fucking time. And apparently the spirits and ancestors have approved his relationship and he could move forward. Why are you just now asking the spirits if this relationship is okay? Why are you asking them this if this lady is on this flight? You could have asked them that before she bought this ticket, sir, but I don't know. How'd you feel about Lisa and Daniel? That's all that happened with them this episode. We'll see them come together the next episode, but I think he just wants to get into America.
And I wish he would just say that.
Right.
I wish he would just say that, because here's the thing. Though I feel like they're equally on bullshit, both him, Lisa, and Daniel, they're equally on bullshit. I do feel like, to me, just say you want a different life for yourself and that she can provide me the opportunity, because I guarantee y'all, because this lady has lied all up and through her
Mhm.
story. All up and through her story, talking about she's only been married twice. The lady's been married 5 times. Talking about she had an experience with a woman. No, she's been married to a woman, more than one.
Yep.
This lady has completely lied. But I
And
really feel like
people who are overly fucking sensitive with LGBTQ. This is not him being hateful toward the community.
yes,
If you are not straight and are dating someone who is straight, you have to fucking tell them.
exactly.
Nobody cares about your comfort. It's not about what you've been through. It's not about your trauma. It's about not putting trauma onto someone else. People have a right to know, the same way people have a right to consent. You can't consent to dating someone if you don't know what the fuck you're dealing with.
Exactly.
That goes for anybody, regardless of your gender. So I don't want people to come for him because in Africa, especially in Nigeria, in Igbo culture, it's frowned upon. It just
It
is.
is. Yeah,
And
it just is.
it's
Yeah, we
frowned
totally
upon
with
in
it.
a lot of places in the world. But I feel like sometimes that community attacks people or gets mad at people for having an opinion while wanting others to respect theirs. And I'm like, let's not get into all of that. This lady has lied.
This lady, that was my point. I didn't even get into, I didn't want to get into all that. She lied. And the thing about it is, I really feel like, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, in hindsight, I don't think Daniel gonna give a fuck at the end of the day. He just want to get the fuck up out of there. And he ain't gonna care about that shit. Cause at the end of the day, once he get to America, that shit ain't even gonna matter.
I feel like him acting like he cares about the lie. If she did lie, it's just him covering up his lies.
Yeah, his lies, because his family gonna watch this shit. So that's what he's doing. That shit ain't gonna matter when he gets to America if he here. So that shit is not gonna matter. It's really not. But my whole thing is, I don't like him making inferences on, oh well, this is so type. It's like, we get it, we know it, but at the same time, you still gonna go with the lady because she providing an opportunity. She paying for your ass. Or you want that shit to go away now over some, optics of religion and whatever the fuck it is?
I feel like
No.
he chose somebody older so that he don't have to stay with her too long.
Yes, that's another thing I was about to say.
When he gets to America, he can move around the way he wants to. You never know.
Yep.
It's just like 90 Day Fiance has had some odd pairings that have worked out. Like, as someone who loves the show, but this is not one of them. This is just, I kind of feel bad for her a little bit.
I don't.
At the same time, it's like, lady, you have to know how this looks.
I don't, because she grown. Like, she overgrown. Like, I don't feel bad for her, because here's the thing, especially in Pennsylvania, of all states, they tell you not to fall for this shit. But she did it anyway. And I'm gonna give her a pass. Y'all, I'm a sucker for cute smiling dimples too. I am. I don't date men without them. I'm sorry. So when she was saying that in her confessional, I get it. I totally get it. I'm not judging that. But at the same time, you have to understand, they tell you not to put all your eggs in one basket and go and get someone and then think that, it's going to be hunky-dory, because it may not. Y'all may actually get around each other and might not have shit in common.
Yeah.
Which clearly y'all don't. So
a lot of couples that do that. I think that's the thing with long distance that makes it hard.
Yes.
Which one day I'll talk about that on the channel when I get into like my little podcast and just discussions. But I feel like the hardest part of long distance is we have to accept the fact that the bond that you have with someone through the internet is not always going to transfer and translate to the bond that you have in person. And especially when you're meeting someone on the internet, it's different. When you've met someone outside of the internet and then you're just talking to them online and stuff, it's like, okay, this is temporary. I know how to speak to you outside of this, but I don't know. I'm curious to see. And based on the clip from next week, the way she was dancing with them Africans, when she said, I can't go that low, but I like this. I said, oh, Lord.
I said, y'all.
Africans, I'm telling you, we will. Lisa,
I said,
your daughter should have went with you.
Somebody should have went with you. I mean, I get production not going to make the liability happen, but at the same time, she scared me. I'm scared to watch next week's episode. I really am.
Ciao. I think we are all a little afraid for next week's episode, if I'm being honest. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Shout out to our replay gang and shout out to those who are watching now. You are appreciated. Jovan and Anna Lynn. This is a new couple that has been introduced. They are both 38 or in their 30s. Jovan is from Alabama. He works in a senior living center. As soon as I saw he was working in a nursing home, I said, oh, he's broke. Unless you are the DSD, the scheduler, one of the clinicians, such as the physical therapist aide, the doctor, or the RN, LVN, if you anything under that and you work in a nursing home, you're not making a lot of money. You're not. I promise you're not. I don't care what state you're in. I don't care if you're in California, Arizona, New York, or Kansas. It's unfortunate because people who work in nursing homes deal with a lot and they do great work that's meaningful, but they're never paid that much, which is crazy considering how much these SNFs and nursing homes make. I work in them all the time. And that's why I'm nice to them people, because they be going through it. I've been seeing some crazy stuff. So I was like, okay, Jovan, you work in a nursing home. I know that you're not making too much money. But before we meet him, we meet the Golden Girls. And I was like, are one of them?
Girl, I had that same thought. I was finna text you, be like, Amina, I know I'm not gonna watch somebody at the nursing home go on this show. Why is we doing like what in the Jen Shaw? Like, what do we do?
Concerned.
I was concerned. I was going to report them. I really was.
They started telling stories of falling in love, and I thought it was a nice little moment because it reminded you of like now today, everyone I know who's single goes on a dates and they're just kind of like, whether they're dating and relationship, like anybody I know who's not married, I consider single for the most part, but they all like, everybody talks too much. Everything becomes a discussion, or people seem to be missing the chivalry or the romance, like little stuff like that. And I think it's because everyone's just trying to check a box and do what we were all kind of taught to think a relationship is supposed to look like. But if you listen to what these OGs said when they were telling their little love stories, we both like to skate. He took me to the fair and he knew I liked that. It was a thing in town. It was like, okay, when they went on their dates and met their person, they did things that they liked. There was some thought into it. So maybe new younger people, millennials and everybody younger, bring that back.
I mean, yeah, like have substance. That's what that's called. Mm-hmm. Have substance, have, creativity, be spontaneous. Like, and here's the thing, and that's why you ask people what they like and what they enjoy and who they enjoy being with. What's their favorite? That all those things are very, very important. So that you way
can do that on dates when you're able to talk to each other.
Yes. Not with that thing, dude. Not all that little bullshit y'all like to. That's why I'm glad I'm not in the dating world anymore, because Lord, I tell you, I was not here for this. I'm telling you, I thought I was going to get somebody 75. I promise you, I thought.
Not you thought. I always tell my husband, if it didn't work with me and him, I'd be a hoe. I would. I absolutely would. It'd be something vicious. Right. I'm surprised. I'm mad at you. Honestly, I would have been doing, but not like a stupid hoe. Like, you come over, you serve your purpose, and then you can go.
You can meet me somewhere. I ain't finna do all that. You ain't gotta know where I live, because I don't need you. I don't need you popping up. I don't need you driving by. I don't need you. No.
I'm cracking up. I always say that because I just don't trust people. It takes me a long time to trust people. And then the moment somebody says something stupid while dating me, I'm like, okay, well,
I just don't. Yeah.
Can I deal with this? Delightful Dom, welcome back. She said another one. Oh, DJ Khaled. Pet peeve, y'all. Fun fact: I hate DJ Khaled on anything. I never understood why on every song he made, he ruined good songs. Well, we the best. DJ, shut the fuck up and get on Weight Watchers, Negro. I'm tired of him hollering on every beat. He gets on my nerves. I can't stand DJ Khaled. But he's so funny to me, and it looked like his wife can't stand him either. So he's probably just an obnoxious person.
He was always at a Heats game when I was in Miami. Like, always at a Heats game. Like,
I learned he's not even from there. He grew up in New Orleans.
Really? Okay. Well, that makes sense.
He
because
there once older. I could not. And then apparently his own people don't like him. I guess he's Palestinian and like doesn't speak out. And there's a lot going on with their people that I'm not going to speak on this live. Yeah. So Yeah, he's a
Okay.
weird. But he always has good beats. He does. He does. Who was I talking about? These people. She said he was really involved. You would think he's from there. You would. He was super involved, which I mean, honestly, he did since we just came off Love and Hip Hop Miami. DJ Khaled did what Ching Diamond needs to do. Go to, if you in another city you not from, respect it.
Because nobody would never know. I didn't know that, and I
Right.
lived there.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo, y'all. A hobby of mine is reading documentaries, autobiographies, and stuff like that. And I had watched one randomly on him while writing an essay, and I was like, "Oh, what? Wow, surprised!" But yeah, his parents own the corner stores in the hood in New Orleans. Yes, but back to Jovan and Annalyn. He tells us he ain't making no money because he work in a nursing home. And so because of that, it's made dating hard for him. And he says that it makes falling in love with American women difficult because they want you to have money and a six-pack. I see a lot of men that have no money, no six-pack,
Okay, no
no
six
pack,
pack.
not even a
When I
two-pack.
tell you, homosexuals, I mean, getting the time of their life going. Your pickings is slim where you are. Let's just keep it honest. I didn't see that little town. It just says your slims is picking. You
He in
need to go
Alabama.
somewhere.
He
Yeah.
is in Alabama. He said Jacksonville, Alabama. All I know is when him and his sister later on in an episode was driving through the town, it looked like a ghost town. I said, it makes sense you in a small town. Now, there's a couple things before we get into Annalyn that I felt like were red flags with Jovan. One, it's always a red flag when a nigga talk about he don't make too much money and blames that as the reason for women not wanting him. Like he don't have the motherfucking ability to go and get a second job or get a better one. Find a side hustle. Do something. Why is it that if a woman don't make a lot of money, we got a side hustle, we braided hair on the side, we selling hair, we might be selling you some Avon lipstick or some Mary Kay lip gloss, but we gonna have side hustle after side hustle after side hustle with EBT. But it's gonna be figured out. But when it comes to men, I can't find nobody to love me because of my check. Nigga, then get a job. A better one. And I understand you live somewhere where that may be difficult, but you better do like that little colorless man that live out here in California and commutes from Modesto all the way to San Francisco every day for work. Some people go through hell and high water just to get to work if it means that your job is going to pay you better. And you in Alabama, so I know your gas is cheap. You not paying $4.79 a gallon like us here in California.
I mean, how hard is it to go to the nearest Costco and
sign up
like
for Amazon, be an independent contractor,
yeah, right.
Okay, make some money, Jovan. Stop blaming other people. Lazy. Ooh.
Yeah, he just like he get comfortable too quick. Like
He
that's
do.
what it gives me when I first like my first impression of him. He looked like he get comfortable way too quick. And see,
You didn't throw nobody off. I like when people engage. It never throws me off. I don't mind. Honestly, I'd be looking more forward to talking to the people who comment and the people who watch my channel than I do to discuss the show. Because half the time the shows get on my nerves. I'm just keeping it real, girl. I'm just keeping it real. But it's a strange situation. So Jovan is married. I've never seen nobody like really come on just fully married unless it's like Love After Lockup. He married his wife online during COVID. She lives in the Philippines, and 5 years ago they were dating, and they've been married for 2 years. So they've been together for a total of like 6 or 7 years, something like that. And at first I'm like, oh wow, so he just really needs to meet this girl. But the reason they got married during COVID was because of COVID, the Philippines had shut down to where the only people that could come into the country were family, which was similar here in America. They had shut down really everywhere. They had shut down the world at one point. It was COVID. But that was the purpose of them getting married. But he says that because of finances, it's made it hard to visit. Now, if you're legally marrying somebody so that you can be able to visit them, why wouldn't you look into the cost of a flight to the Philippines, the cost of a passport? Why wouldn't you look into the cost of all of that ahead of time?
he's only an hour and 46 minutes from Atlanta.
That's one of the largest international airports that will have some of the cheapest flights also out of the country for those who do not know.
I just I just looked it up. Y'all, this man really could, because he's not actually a bad looking guy. He actually can go and evolve himself. I wonder if it's something deeper that we're not catching here. Because I'm sorry, you can't be that close to Atlanta of all places and not try to advance yourself if that's the main thing you're complaining about. Well, you can go get you an opportunity out there. And yeah, I'm sorry. No, y'all. Mm-mm.
I just feel like he's full of it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? I just don't understand why he would not look that up. I just did not get it. I want to know how much a flight from Atlanta will cost, because I know to go to the Philippines from here, because my little sister is actually in the Philippines. Follow Naima Travels on TikTok and IG. And I'm looking, it's only $1,000 round trip from Atlanta. That's not bad. I spent more than that to fly to Cancun.
No, but what I'm saying is that no, he can actually go get him a little factory job in Atlanta and then go home on the weekends to see his family and probably live better than.
Honestly, with where he's living, I guarantee you the jobs that pay well are likely in factories. He gives pretty boy that don't want to do that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, if your complaint is money and you that close to that kind of major city that has it's like Phoenix, that has every damn factory known to man. Like, yeah, no, you making excuses, dude.
They let you use Afterpay on plane tickets too, bro. So you have a lot of options to get.
You could have been saw this lady, but yeah, you could have been saw this lady. I'm sorry.
Stop. But $1,000 to see your wife, I don't think that's incredibly difficult. I can understand during COVID why that would be difficult, especially in a state like Alabama, where y'all just pretty much had your stimulus and they had to figure it out. In California, they was letting people keep unemployment. There's people still on unemployment from COVID. Hell, but every state is different. But regardless, where there's a will, there's a way. He could have door dashed for a month, not spent that money, and pay for this plane ticket. Like, stop playing with people, sir. But after learning about the marriage, he then goes into the red flags. He says that Annalyn was sweeter when they first met. I said, oh, you a slow man. You a slow little man, aren't you, Jovan? It's usually that way when you first meet them. They're sweet. You think she just going to stay sweet when you bullshitting after marrying her about coming to the Philippines, can't find a new job because you rather serve lemonade to the Golden Girls? Stop it, sir. I cannot. So the finances were the problem. We finally meet Annalyn, and she says she is not your typical Filipino woman. I said, okay, girl, I'm not mad at that. And she says she's not just going to do as she's told, like many women will do in that culture for a man that they're with or married to. And I kind of respected her for this. It reminded me of the Filipino woman in the Bay Area. We have a huge Filipino population, one of the largest in the country, for those who do not know, here in the Bay Area. And some of the women are traditional, but a lot of them that are younger are not fully traditional, and they do love Black men, and that is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one of those things where I'm just kind of looking at it like, that's fair. Now, if she was dating a Filipino man and had this, I'd be like, girl, that's your culture. It's going to be hard for you. But to date an American, and we're known for being more lax and less traditional compared to a country like that in relationships, I'm not mad at her for feeling that way. If I'm dating an American and I'm from somewhere else, yeah, I don't got to listen. I can do what I want. The hell?
I think it's just more so because, once again, they didn't go into the exact details other than one situation I'm sure you're going to bring up. I feel like based on who he is and because there's a lack of motivation there, I can understand why she gets frustrated, because an American person would get frustrated with him. You're on mute.
I know, I was asking my husband to turn on the AC.
Oh, I just saw lips move. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not used to being on camera, y'all. I got hot as hell in this house. I don't understand it either because it's cold outside. But I don't know. She's weird. She's very strange.
Mm-hmm.
He goes off with his sister, who I like, because that's me with my siblings, and my brothers get annoyed, but I'm gonna keep it real with them. But the sister lets him know that this is not a normal marriage, and she thinks that it's a little toxic. She does have a good relationship with Anna, and the sister says that Anna called her and was rah-rah about Jovan. She was pissed off because of a woman that Jovan was talking to. But Anna was so upset that I guess she was just talking about the broad, but didn't go into details. So Jovan's sister Ashley is like, well, do you want to tell me more about this friend? And as soon as he said, yeah, me and her have been having problems. I need someone to talk to who gets me. So sometimes me and this friend talk on the phone for hours. I said, I have a serious fucking problem with that if I was her. I don't care if you from Russia, the Philippines, America, or Madagascar. Don't be on the phone with no other bitch for hours while I'm across the world. Call me.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm I don't care if I'm across the fucking street. Do not be with somebody on the phone for no 2 fucking hours. Or wherever the fuck it is.
Mind y'all, most of my friends are males. My best friend is a man. There's no reason to be on the phone, honestly, in my opinion, with nobody for that long about anything, unless it's family and something has happened or you
something has happened. Yep.
But in general, I was like, that's a red flag. So he was trying to bullshit his sister a little bit. He said that the woman that Anna has an issue with is a friend of his. And he says that they talk because they are both in bad relationships. That's another red flag.
Because then why you tell somebody my business?
Right. And he basically then exposes, because his sister's like, women don't just get mad about that. And then he's like, well, me and this friend, we used to kind of talk. So he didn't say that they fooled around, but he said that they have feelings for each other, and it looks like they might have discussed it, which to me, I'm going to translate nigga for those who don't understand. They fucked.
Yes.
Well, and often. They probably are not anymore, but the fact that they talking to each other again and they both are in bad relationships, they probably considering if they want to start fucking again. Well and often.
Which is crazy to me, because then why won't you and her just be together and leave y'all people behind?
But it also caused more bullshit, because didn't you say that you had to find a wife in the Philippines because women in America did not want you because of your check? But this woman in America wanted you.
It's given this woman in America is probably married as well.
I mean, she's in a relationship. Yes, probably.
It's giving you her side piece, and she don't require you to have money. She just require you to have that thing and maybe an emotional conversation, because some Southern men aren't the most emotionally available. Well, I'm not going to do that because we have
from the South. Most.
But in terms, what I'm saying is he is emotional. He is very emotional. He's very, connected to that sensitivity.
I don't think he's emotional. I think he's manipulative.
That too. But the reason why I say emotional, because of him pouting about how women won't be with him because of something stupid as
I think that was manipulation. I think it could come off as emotional. I don't think he has a problem with women. I don't.
Okay.
I just don't.
That's interesting.
He's not unattractive. He light-skinned. He in the South, and he's single.
Hot commodity. I got you.
He's a hot commodity down there.
Gotcha. Okay, I got you.
So I got
you. Yeah, I got you.
I feel like he bullshitting about everything because he knew how stuff would look being on this show.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you putting down. I got you.
No, I'm not picking up what you put down.
No, I told you because I didn't look at it like that. That's why I was like, okay, I wasn't. So when you put it together, I said, okay, yeah, hot commodity. Totally got it. Because you said the South, light skin, yeah, hot. Yeah, that's a hot commodity.
That. Like we're they're saying that small towns are dying and rural cities in America are dying because the people that were birthed there or raised there, they want to leave and go experience more and get the things that aren't offered there. As things raise, like the cost of stuff, you got to leave to make money, and he probably seeing a whole new world. And you say he only an hour from Atlanta. I promise you, he's making that drive. I promise you, he's making that drive from time to time for other things. But something about him, like in the beginning, I was like, oh, he seems emotional. He's in a toxic situation. But at first, I was like, maybe he's like Forrest and just don't know no better. But then, as he started to explain in the way his sister dug at him, I was like, I've done that to one of my little brothers as a hoe. And I've done that to one of my little brothers because I'm like, okay, well, your girl ain't just angry and calling for no reason. And Giovanna's trying to make it seem like Anna's the problem. But how is Anna the problem when she's mad and not talking to you? She's calling your family.
Mm-hmm.
Not the problem, sir. You are. So We learned Anna blocked him. Good for you, Anna. You go, girl. As Martin would say, you go, girl. And he claims that the reason that Anna blocked him is why he had to go outside of their marriage to talk. He says that it's difficult to talk. So him and his sister explains to him, well, yeah, she blocked you. This is toxic. Thank you to Ashley for holding Jovan accountable. But they finally talk, Jovan and Anna, on the FaceTime. He took no accountability, and he basically told her that she lacked accountability because she was the reason for him talking to another woman. And he wanted her to be accountable for his choice and his actions. I said, not you gaslighting this lady on camera and expecting everybody else to see it. You're not even good at gaslighting people to be trying to gaslight people like this. That's why you went and dated a woman in another country who wasn't black, weak motherfucker, because you know that a black woman or a Hispanic woman would have called your ass out and got you with the hot grits and oil. A black woman would not accept this. And it's a fact. We wouldn't. Some of us are a little dingy. There's some in every culture. But even the dingiest black woman that'll forgive you for the bullshit will at least knock you upside your head and put you through some hell before forgiving you. He knows what he's doing. I know his type, in the words of James. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at. This man ain't gay. He ain't got no impulse control. He's not emotional. He just ain't got no impulse control. He's thinking with his one-eyed monster, and it irks my nerve. And I feel like he was passive aggressive with her. Because the way he called her boo, look, boo. Hey, boo.
She was bad to me because I'd have hung up that phone.
I would have hung up on him.
I would have hung up that phone so quick.
His family, like, look what the fuck you created.
Right. Exactly. I'd have called that same sister and said, I don't know what the fuck happened in your household. I don't know if your mama thought he was way too cute for life, but he ain't finna play with me like this. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck going on, but you better go over to that house or you better call him or do something because he ain't finna do this to me. Go manipulate me on national fucking TV. What the hell? Ain't gonna make some shit that he do. He ain't gonna make some shit that you did by fault.
We end meeting this toxic ass couple that's already married, unfortunately, with Jovan claiming that he will stop talking to this other woman. And Anna was us. Because she was like, I don't believe him. And I was like, girl, I don't either.
He didn't even say that he would stop talking to her. He didn't say, he said it after her having to convince him to do it.
Yes. He said it. But I just pointing out that it's good that she knows that he on bullshit. It's just proof. You can never meet your wife, but your wife gonna know when you on bullshit. She gonna know. So I don't see this couple working out in the long run, but I feel like they'll be entertaining to watch. Sometimes a little toxicity is okay.
Yeah,
I feel like we'll see them in 90 Day Fiance week. Well, I don't even know how they're here because they're not fiancés, they are married. So where do they go after this?
Divorce court.
Because normally before the 90 days, you would get to 90 Day Fiance. And then after 90 Day Fiance, usually in that they get married. And then we get the after the 90 days. And if it doesn't work, then we see them on 90 Day the Single Life. But I know they've got some other spinoffs, like 90 Day the Other Way and all this other stuff. I don't know where these people will end up.
Well, see, it looks like they did a civil union versus an actual marriage. So I think they still have to go through the process of legalizing the marriage.
In America.
So I think they will end up on 90 Day Fiance because they still have to go through the process. That's not,
We'll see. I don't know what's happening, but they irritated me.
I don't think they're gonna make it, to be honest with you. I feel differently about them. I don't think they'll make it. Like the whole shit with Daniel and old girl, I do see them going to full fledged. But these two, no, I don't see it at all.
Honestly,
unless she's trying to get here.
And Lisa lasted longer than anybody else because Daniel, I don't see him leave. I feel like Daniel is like Pedro for our 90 Day fans. Daniel and Lisa remind me of Pedro and Chantel, just different ages and country. In that Pedro came here and Chantel's mom, Mama Karen, was right. River, the whole family was right. He was using her for citizenship. when he figured out that he could not get his family here with him, that's when the relationship went left. He started talking to other people. She helped him get his real estate license. Then boom, they not together no more. So I feel like that is a potential, but we shall see, y'all. But Emma and Ziad are who we're going to discuss next. Emma, pull your fucking wig down, girl, or up. It needs to be pulled up.
What does her hair look like? Like, what does her hair
look? She's
look?
wearing this wig.
Why are you wearing this wig? Like, who do you think you
have
are?
To take
like
everything that Black women do and culture appropriate, because if you're not gonna wear it the right way, the way we would wear it, don't wear the shit at all.
It's giving you too lazy to comb your hair. That's what it's giving to me.
I feel like she's probably got some pretty curly hair, and her makeup and face card are on point. Emma is beautiful. The biggest flaw in her is that fucking wig. It is. I would rather her go bald. I'm tired of looking at this.
So she probably got hair that probably is hard to straighten like that.
Yeah, and in LA, especially the type of LA she aligns with, there's still those stigmas. Like they say, like hair discrimination is not a thing, but people still discriminate based on hair.
People, yeah, they sure do. Like,
but Emma, we discriminate more on this wig that's pulled down to the middle of your eyebrows than we are anything else. Please fix it, please. But Ziad and Emma had a big fight. He ran off on his bike and went to go play with snakes with a Moroccan man. And she feels that this behavior is suspicious. Now, we have to remember that Emma told us in the last episode that she went and investigated Ziad's social media, which she should have done before she got out there, considering her history with the last one. But I digress. Right. But she found that Ziad follows women all the time and has confirmed that he is at least potentially in a relationship with one or two other women, or talking to them romantically. She's still trying to continue on with her trip. And she says that she wants to turn things around for the two of them when they talk. He makes a nice breakfast for her. I'm like, he must be friends with that old lady, because she is whipping it up. She had dinner. It's a beautiful sight. Breakfast. I feel like he had a deal or something. And
probably.
I'm not mad at him for it, because she was sweet and cooking and all of that. But Emma, you irritated me. I don't like eggs, but I'll eat them. Can you enjoy the food that is given to you and just date and wait till you like living together, or just like actually know each other comfortably before you complain? Every nice thing he does for her, she makes a complaint about. I don't like that. I feel like you don't have to make every single complaint or issue you have known, especially when someone is trying to do something nice for you. But it's just me. Some people like to complain and talk about every little fucking thing, and that's what kills relationships. But Emma, whatever, you complain a lot like you ain't got stuff you got to tell him, because she still ain't told him about her previous relationship in Morocco, and she at this point has not told him about the job. But she does apologize to him for her behavior, and then he was like, what? So he made her say, I'm sorry again, and he was like, what? And she said, I'm sorry again, and then he was like, and what for? I said, okay, you little motherfucker. She said sorry, and she said it more than once. Now you want her to go into what she's sorry for? I'm not surprised, because he's Moroccan, but they not gonna work. They just not gonna work. But she does apologize. She then breaks down in tears after telling him she was fired from her job. I said, baby, shouldn't you be in tears talking about your previous relationship, when instead you went for telling him you were fired first? That don't affect him none.
I mean, it does, in a sense that, remember, this is the same couple where he ain't paying for shit.
No. That don't affect her none. Baby girl, the moment you found out you was fired, I would have been on airplane, Wi-Fi, edd.ca.gov. Okay, she came from California. It ain't like in other states. California and Washington State will protect the hell out of their workers and employees. People be like, how people live there is so expensive. Because if you lose your job, you're going to get a check coming that's almost the same size as the one you would get from your job, and quickly. If you lose your job, you can go to the welfare office and almost be guaranteed to have something. They always going to help you. There's so many programs and nonprofit subsidies out here. because of that. So I don't know. I done lost a job and had a check from unemployment with back pay in 3 weeks. So I'm just like, I know sometimes they are slow, but I'm like, girl, I would have been, that was a 30-hour flight. I would have been on that plane's Wi-Fi,
Girl,
pulling
you
out.
you giving her too much power and credit. This is a dingy ass damn girl who's so desperate to have a man. She thinking about getting to that man. She ain't thinking about her life back at home because she probably live at home. So yeah.
Child, all I know is I don't want to hear nobody from California complaining about that shit unless you have one of them under the table or for cash or commission jobs because you can't get unemployment for that here. But she had a job as an office manager somewhere, you'll be okay. And next time, do your job right. You won't get fired. But after crying about all of that, he takes her shopping. And he does pay for her stuff after learning she lost her job. Things were going well until he stopped for a snack and they were eating snails. Some sort of, it looked like barbecued snail. I've eaten snail before, escargot. It actually does taste good. The texture is the worst part. It looked like they charred theirs a little bit, the way he pulled it out with a toothpick, but I think it's rude to go to another country and then loudly while sitting at that's gross, that's so nasty, while all those people were sitting around eating it and the guy is cooking. I'm like, Emma, shut the fuck up. Stop making every complaint. No, just respect the culture. Shut up and let him enjoy it. You don't like it? That's fine. Don't eat it. Leave it there. I don't like when people do that. But they go on a horse ride and she tries to discuss her past. And it looks like she was going to try to make the attempt to tell him about her ex and how she was engaged exactly a year ago running around Morocco for somebody else. He doesn't want to discuss the past. He pretty much shuts it down and says, I don't care about the past because I'm here with you now. That's the you that I know. And she thinks that he's doing this because he doesn't want his past to come up. I don't have much to say on these people other than they're not going to last. When you enter a relationship with lies, it's going to probably be based on lies, or lies will forever impact your relationship. It's like Pinocchio. If you tell one lie, your nose will grow. And then you're
No,
going
you
to keep
tell one
telling
lie.
lies.
When you tell one lie, you got to tell over 50 to cover the one you tell. That's why you tell the truth, no matter how dark or how scary or how uncomfortable it may
It's
be.
easier.
Tell the truth, because at the end of the day, what else is there to do? It's like, and then honestly, I never understood why people lie in relationships. That is so fucking stupid. Like at the end of the
Especially
day,
about a past one. You're not with the person. You're
you're
not
not with
cheating
the
on the
person,
person. Just tell
right?
them. Because if you dated someone a year ago, and I understand there was some overlap, but it's interesting too that she expects to overlap with them dating to make it okay that she was just in a relationship, but doesn't consider that overlap with the other women he's talking to, which is like, obviously y'all weren't too serious at first and now are both trying to make it serious.
And see, and if she was smart, she would actually say what you just said. We obviously was not in a serious relationship. This is my dirt. What's yours? That's all you have to do. Because at least you cleared your conscience. It's up for him to do the same.
That's right. That's the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil, James. But we're gonna move past this lady in her wig and move on to James's favorite people, which is Forrest and Sheena.
Oh no! Oh
Now
no! Mm-mm.
we start the episode with Forrest and Sheena. They spent the night. They had this little apartment, looked like an Airbnb hotel building type of thing. It was nice. It was very nice, but it was small as hell. If I rented something like that, that would be for just me and my husband, and the second room would be for our bags. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That was small, but she did what she could based on her telling lies on the family and all this other stuff. So she did what she did. But the thing is, the door slid, and any door that slides is not going to hold noise as well. That's one. Two, the bedrooms faced each other. Like the walls, they shared a wall with the bedroom of his nasty ass mama and stepdad. So why would you bring your mama on this trip, Forrest? You have ADHD and you're autistic, but you are not slow. You like You should be able to travel on your own, even with ADHD and autism, especially when you're high functioning as he is. If you can have an apartment and pay your bills, you should be able to travel without your mama. I'm not accepting that from him anymore because the way his mama acted this episode disgusted me. So we first started with after they wake up the next morning, his mom is asking about sex. And I'm just like, why are you talking about him getting busy? Why are you so invested in your son having sex?
I didn't know what was more disturbing. The fact that she asked if they got it on, or the fact that she is so invested on when he gets it on. It's like, I don't know what's worse about that. And I was with Sheena. I was uncomfortable for her. Like, why would you ask me that? And it's like, lady, your husband is back there. Like, why don't you
He
fuck
seems
your
okay
husband?
with it too. These
Yeah, that's
people are
weird.
strange.
They're
These
strange.
people.
Like,
Hey, brother. Hello to Delightful Dawn's brother.
yeah,
Child.
I was so, she irritated me so much. I was like, it was funny because I was telling the beat, I almost called this lady Sheila.
Because she acts like it. But you could tell that they've never traveled far before. Any of these people, they were surprised. The Philippines is hectic and chaos. I said, can people please watch YouTube? It's free. You don't even need an account. Can you watch a YouTube video to know what traffic looked like in the other countries? Because they were so baffled by all the streetcars and things like that. It's like that in Mexico. It's like that in the Philippines. It's like that a lot of places outside of the country. Again, we don't know how good we have it here till we leave sometimes. But Forrest tells us that Sheena's family, the reason they're staying somewhere else is because Sheena's family wanted to charge Forrest and his family to stay at their house, even though he is dating their daughter. And he said, hell no, I won't go, and I'm not paying you shit. Because on the American dollar goes far out there, regardless of where he stay. So, and that's why I'm probably not going to do too many more American vacations unless it's Hawaii or New Orleans to visit family. Because you may spend a lot on that flight, but what you spend on the flight is what you would have spent on your room out here. And then when you're out there, everything else is just cheap as hell. I was swiping my card outside of the country. It would say 400 this and that in their dollars. And I'd look at my card, they'd be like $6 American charged. I loved it. It was wonderful. It was worth it. I did. So I don't blame Forrest for going somewhere else, because who the fuck are y'all? How is this chick wondering why nobody trusts her family when your family is trying to charge these people just to stay in their house? No. So that's why he went elsewhere. Her parents do sound awful. But the next morning after their first night, they wake up. Forrest and Sheena are play fighting in bed, which couples do sometimes, but they just both seem a little childish, a little bit. Forrest and Sheena, you could tell they're not very experienced. It's giving kitty love, like how I would play with boyfriends in middle school versus how I play fight with my spouse now. You know, I don't know. Maybe me and Mr. Best are weird. Play fighting to me should lead to some dick, something. Like, I don't understand it. But everybody is different. She said, I hate exchange on the fly thinking. Listen. Listen. But they end up deciding that they're not going to have sex until they get to know each other a little bit better. I believe they are both virgins. So I can understand that. They also want to wait till his mama is not in the next room, because this is a nasty lady. And I'm sure she got her ear to the door trying to hear if her son's balls is making noise.
with a cup and everything, talking about some.
Right.
And then she probably started whispering, I don't hear no noise. For she
Right. I
doing it
don't hear
right.
anything.
I don't hear
She's listening
anything.
for creaks
Sheena,
and
you got the
clacks.
moan. Like, I'm telling you, that lady is crazy. I'm sorry, she.
Something's wrong with her.
Yeah.
Something is really wrong with her. But later in the car, they're going off because Sheena wants to take the family to Chinatown in Manila, which I believe is the capital city of the Philippines, but don't quote me, but I believe it is. But she's taking them to the Chinatown in Manila, and she wants to show them the culture because Chinese culture influences Filipino culture, which makes sense. They right next door to each other, for those who do not know. Separate from that, Sheena lets us know that her mother is Chinese. Her father is Filipino, so she is of half Chinese descent, half Filipino descent, and she wants to share other parts of her culture. And there's a lot of culture as it relates to the Chinese and the Philippines. So it was nice that she shared that in a piece of her culture with everybody. But on the way, Molly, who is Forrest's mom, says, "Well, kids, I heard some interesting noises coming from the room last night. Did you have sex?" I can't ignore my husband laughing in the background. What in the actual fuck? My mother-in-law once knocked on the door while me and my husband were getting busy. It scared the crap out of me. I didn't want to do it with her there ever again. She also, after that time, because I had a little pregnancy scare when I was younger, decided to give us a Costco-sized box of Magnums. I thought that was overstepping. Sorry, Kathy, if you're watching this live, because you do watch my channel. But looking back, we was young, and she was probably trying to make sure my little ass didn't get knocked up by her child. Forrest is a grown man. Why the fuck are you listening to his door, hoping to hear sex noises? Why is your husband okay with this? What is going on in your household? Who does this?
I almost would have called adult protection services. Like I would
Somebody,
have
no, but
called.
APS won't do shit unless you're a senior being abused. You got to be over 65 for them to do anything.
Who can we call?
You can't call nobody. You could call a psychiatric professional.
She need to be somebody.
You
Needs
could call
to
me. I 5150 here in California. I can't nowhere else. But if you send her to California, I'll lock that ass up. We'll put her in Crestwood Behavioral Health, John George, Napa State.
Somebody. I feel like Forrest got some stories. I'm telling you, he has to. He has to have some stories somewhere because for her to be this invested.
The fact that he grew up the way he grew up and the developmental disabilities he has, with him having a stepdad that also seems slow. I'm looking at his mama like some sort of, like, she's creepy, a little predatory. Sorry, not sorry. This is highly
because
inappropriate.
it's inappropriate. Is one, okay? It's none of your fucking business, lady. One, that's one thing, and then two, you should even be here. Is the next thing, and then three, it's like, why do you still handle your child with kid gloves? Why do you still treat him like he's a teenager? And this man is in his
At the
30s.
end of this scene, I did feel like, well, not at the end of the scene, but at the end of the episode with these people, I feel like the mom struggles with the boundary of romanticizing her son in some ways, but also, I'm gonna get to it in a moment. But there's
Yeah, I know where you're going with it. Yeah, let's get to it.
There's a lot of issues with this mom that are common with moms and their sons. But she says that, and you could tell Sheena looked uncomfortable because it's awkward. They're both virgins also. We have to remember this. It's not like me and James have both dipped our feet in the pond and the ocean. Okay, we've been wet. So like with our parents, it would be a little awkward. But once you're experienced with sex, you'd be like, okay, don't be talking to me about this shit. Just know you getting some and I am too, Mom. Leave it there. Right. But when you have never had sex before, I can imagine like the embarrassment that they feel just hearing something like that. So I thought that was a little much for the mom to do. At first, they were kind of just trying to be quiet and, leave it alone. But it got strange when they told her, no, they did nothing. And the mom was like, well, if you guys are ever uncomfortable or have any questions about sex, you could come to us. Talk about her and the stepdad. And the stepdad said, and this man is a man of few words, he irritated me when he was like, yeah, I mean, you got to understand, here's the thing with sex, Forrest. It takes a couple of tries before you get good at it. You got to practice.
I was like, if y'all don't
so
get
now you done let this girl know that he won't be good in bed.
Which, it does.
It gets worse because then the mom, after this, decides to I can't even get it out. I'm so disgusted. The mom then tells them, if you don't want to have sex, there's other things you guys can do. You can fondle, you can touch on each other, you can use oral sex. It goes both ways. I said, whoa. Not you telling him to eat the box and her to swallow. What is happening? What? Listen. Do y'all remember that talk sex lady that used to sue, who used to come on Oxygen late at night? Back when Bad Girls Club was coming on the
Oh my
channel.
God. Why?
Might be showing my age. But there used to be a little old lady that came on cable television on Oxygen, and she also went to OWN when OWN was a new network. And this little lady used to take calls and talk to people about sex. It's given that. It's given that. And I don't know why I felt like his mom was trying to do that and probably watch this lady. But it was the nastiest thing. It was the nastiest thing. It was the nastiest thing. Let me get the comments. Delightful said one time and it was amazing. LOL, I don't want to learn with you, right?
Parents, I don't even want you to know about it. Like, it ain't none of your business. Like,
I remember being a little girl and a boy had like touched my butt at a dance and my dad lost his shit. I was in the 6th grade and my mom decided that because my dad was like traumatized, I'm his firstborn daughter, he did not do well with me dating. He still don't do well with me dating. I think they just accept my husband because he's been around for so long, honestly. But I'll never forget my mama like, sex is something, because she's a therapist, she's an LMFT. I want to be open with you because therapy says this is how you prevent teen pregnancies. And, sex feels like a roller coaster. You get that excitement, but you don't know what to expect. And sometimes you get knocked around a bit. I said, what the fuck? I was in the 6th grade. I said, why would you tell this to me? Traumatized me. When I was older and got married, my mom is that mom. She's a therapist, so she liked to be open. That was like, are you fucking them well enough? Are you doing it often? Sometimes that'll keep them happy. All this crazy stuff. I said, I don't need to know this. Now, if she would have came to me and told me to put my mouth on it and told him to put his mouth on it and then told us to fondle and grab a titty and some more stuff, I don't know what I would have done. But I just don't think that is conducive. Tell your kids to use protection. Tell your kids that it will feel good. Teach your children about impulse control. Teach your children about consent. That's it. You don't need to go into the nitty gritty. She said that's too much. I'd instantly be turned off. Delightful said I just got unwet. Right.
It would have been like, see, if I was Sheena, I would have got out the car.
She had no escape. It's the Philippines. Get out the car and get whacked by a moped.
Look, I had to take my chance. I had to take my chances. I had to take my chances because there's no way I'm sitting there and this is what you're talking about and this is what you're doing. There's absolutely no way. I would be so done with that lady. Like, we would have went to jail in the Philippines and turned into Broke Down Palace. Like, I'm sorry, we would have.
This is not your boyfriend or your son, or not your son, but it's not your boyfriend or your friend. This is your child who has developmental disabilities. So things like sex, it's a different thought process for him. He processes differently. It's not okay. Honestly, Oregon, DFS, CPS, how the fuck did this go unseen? I know somebody heard her say something crazy to this child growing up. I don't understand it, but he did cut it off. Now, once he told his mama that's enough. She didn't like that they didn't want to talk to her about sex. And that's when she got mad again about Sheena and her family. And I felt like if you didn't trust this lady and the family, you would have been speaking about it the whole time versus encouraging him to fuck her. But now, because they don't want to talk to you about sex, now you suddenly don't trust it. Because in the mom says, she's like, he always talks like this with me. People don't want to talk with their mom sexually in front of their spouses. That's healthy on Forrest's part. And good for you, Forrest, for being able to shut it down. Because don't no woman want to be with a man who let his mama just do whatever the hell she wants. You could love your mama, you could be your mama's boy, but you better stand up and act like you got some fucking balls and not let that lady drive him crazy. I think it's just how it should be. So I'm happy to Forrest that he did that. However, while they're eating some noodles that looked hella good, Molly decides to question Sheena. And I actually, though I didn't like Molly with the sex, I felt like she was asking the right questions.
I agree.
Molly was not dumb. I didn't like how she acted with the sex, but she was for sure asking the right questions. So the issue that Molly has with Sheena is that Sheena was supposed to have been saving for 4 years money so that she could pay for her visa to come to the U.S. to live with Forrest. It was exposed that she don't have thousands of dollars. Let me get my stizzy pin off this live. It was exposed that she did not have any money. She gave all of the money to her parents. And she said that her reason for lying about it is because in Filipino culture, it is common to give money to the parents and to take care of your parents. That is a fact. My best friend, Nevin, shout out to you, Nev, is Filipino. He cares for his mama. He will do everything for his mama. He will drive to Antioch, the Yak. We don't like Antioch no more up there. For those who do not know, in the Bay Area, that's where all the rejects from the projects that have been torn down in Richmond and San Francisco and beyond have moved to. Not a good place. That's your PSA. But he will drive there for his mama. And it don't matter how bad his family treat him or what them people say or do to him. He gonna be there and take care of her, go broke to support her, all types of stuff. That's a part of their culture, so I understand that part. Molly tells Sheena, I understand it. But what you're not telling me is why you lied about it. Why could you not tell us or her son, Forrest, ahead of time? This is the culture. I'm not going to be able to save. I got to give money to my family. If you would have led with that, Sheena, this wouldn't be a problem. The fact that Sheena did not lead with that, Molly is right. Why did you lie? It's not the reason for the money being gone. It's the fact that you lied about it being gone. And I don't think people always estimate the power of a lie. It's not just the lie you tell. It's why you felt the need to tell it sometimes, especially if it's something people would have accepted like culture, right? So instead of saying it, Sheena breaks down into tears. I mean, Sheena was in shambles. I was cracking up. My husband looked at the TV. He said, damn, what's wrong with her? I said, oh, Lord. Because he coming home. He's like, hey, honey, I'm home. And he's like, what's wrong with this bitch on TV? Crying to where she can't even speak. To where Forrest had to look at her and say, you need to take your time and take a breath and answer her questions. And she calmed down. But Molly was kind of saying the same thing. And as soon as Molly continued on with her questioning, she kept crying, and Sheena never answered the question. She kept repeating the same thing. Why did you lie, homegirl? Why did you lie? You're not going to cry your way out of this. And I could tell that Molly has been around the block. Okay, let me tell you, Oregon is too close to California and the Bay Area and all the rednecks of NorCal for them to be soft, colorless people. Because when that lady in her ponytail said, stop them tears, drop that tissue, and answer my question.
That shit had me hollering. But I tell you, and I didn't want to laugh at that. I promise y'all. I was really not trying to laugh. But when she said, I dropped that tissue and dried them tears up, why did you lie? I said, wait a minute, Molly. I was not ready. Like, because, and like Mrs. Beth said, Sheena is full of shit. She is. She's full of shit. And I think what happened in this moment is she's trying to get Forrest to see this, but because Forrest is such in a heightened place of excitement, he's not going to see it. And I think, Molly, this is where we wish you had certain boundaries. Because you're right to do what you're doing because Forrest is not going to do it. But at the same time, you need to understand he's not going to see it right now. What you needed to do
and waited till she was in front of them parents.
Parents, yes, I was just about to say that. Yes,
now because they be mad you question their child.
Yes, exactly. And it's not going to go the way you want it to. So instead of you saying, okay, well, I'm not going to ask you, I'm going to ask your mom and your daddy. Why does she not have the money for her visa that my son was sending her? So that way she can come. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
And if she don't want to move, say that.
Say that, yeah.
To say nothing is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But that's all we saw from these people.
Mm-hmm.
Something ain't right with Sheena or her family. And we see next episode that Sheena's going to want to go meet the parents without Molly there.
Someone said in the
What two parents
comment,
going to do? What they going to do that you can't have Molly there? And Filipinos are big on family. They usually want to meet the family, want to embrace. For anybody who watched the Family Chantel the season before its last season, I did recap that. They went to the Philippines. That's where Chantel's other brother was. He was marrying a Filipino woman. And Mama Karen had all sorts of problems with it, vocalized it. They still went and met the family. Like, they're very hospitable people, very kind people.
they are very much so.
If you're not yelling at them and going off, you likely not getting that. They're also, in my opinion, less likely to scam. They're some hardworking people. So I'm looking at it like there's something shady with Sheena's family. You want to charge him. They're in hiding. You don't want him to meet. You don't want the in-laws to meet. When usually Filipinos be like, yes, we want to meet your mom too. We're all family now.
What if the parent? Yeah, I'm watching because this is gonna sound crazy and maybe far off, but I'm wondering if her parents are still alive.
I mean, she's saying in the next episode that they're going to meet them. She just doesn't want Molly to come.
Yeah, and that's why I'm questioning either somebody is sick and she's using the money for that. Like, I feel like it's something drastic. Like, I feel like they're not just taking the money because they selfish people. Like, because as you said, we grew up with Filipinos. We know that they really not grimy
she's
like that.
Veterinarian too. No matter where you are, that pays well. So, I mean, of course, she's going to make less than one here or.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. Well, we got to define well. Yeah.
She still has a job that can make her a livable wage.
Okay.
Parents can send you to school to study for it. Why can't
That's the thing. Like, that's why I'm saying there's too many red flags because keep in mind, this has been a 7-year relationship.
It has.
So, and she's 40. So, I mean, I get where you coming from with occupation and everything. But to me, you mean to tell me it has taken 7 years with her being a doctor that she couldn't jump on a plane one time? I knew somebody from the Philippines that worked at a gas station and came out here, no problem. So that's why I'm saying there's something deeper than it just being she's scared for the parents because she's afraid they'll clash. It's something deeper. I'm sorry, it's something deeper. And I may be wrong. That's what I'm saying. It may be a stretch, but I just can't picture it being something as simple as they just some thieving ass, parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's something deeper.
I believe it. I believe that. I don't think they're just thieving. It's definitely her because she's the party responsible. I feel like the parents are getting blamed for something that she's doing.
Yes.
The bitch is 40.
It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense.
And that's why his mom is questioning you. So wipe your fucking tears, as Molly said. Drop your fucking tissue and answer the question, Sheena. When Molly said that, I said, oh, you can come to the cookout. You a little nasty, but you can come to the cookout. You can. Because when it was how she got that finger up.
Yeah, because she said, I ain't playing. Because she probably said, look, I ain't playing with your ass. I said what I said. Now, what the fuck did you do with that money?
When she looked over at her husband, when a woman starts getting her finger up there and demanding answers, and her husband's right next to her, and he don't do nothing, that man just.
That means she done whipped that man's ass before. That's exactly what that means.
That means he know not to play with her.
Yeah.
That means he know. Because there's been times I done gone the fuck off, and people have literally questioned. My stepmom has done this before to my husband. Get her. Why are you letting this happen? He said, oh.
He said, I ain't no fool. I ain't no fool. Look, you ain't finna get me in that.
My husband said my name was Bennett and I ain't in it. She
right.
Me and I'm okay with that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. My stepmom said, come get her. And it took him a minute. I saw him wagering, like, do I do it? Do I not?
Just pondering, just like, shit, what do I do? Damn.
It's so funny. My stepmom's still traumatized about it. My dad laughs about it. She got my temper. Stepmom traumatized. Bitch ain't looked at me the same since. What can you do? I'm crazy, y'all. I'm a Gemini. Like, I'm good when I'm good. And I'm sweet to everybody. Don't piss me off, though. Just don't. It take a lot to make me mad. like for real, for real. But once I am mad, I want blood every time, every fucking time.
Yeah.
But as I said, we're all works in progress. None of us are perfect. Like the
No, we're
video.
not. But Molly, yeah, Molly, you won on that last scene. I'm sorry, you
I
did.
loved you. I
That
love
shit
Molly
was
now
funny
after
as
that.
hell. I don't like her, but that shit, she got a little bit of a pass with tearing to my cordial side. Like I could, like I fuck with that. Like
Stop
it's
talking about the sex. Let your daughter
yes,
be an adult, and you're golden, Molly. You're golden. Have sex with your husband. Why are
right.
you
Because is he
listening
getting?
to him?
Yeah, is he getting any while we sitting over here talking about your son? Like what the hell is he
Oh
doing?
God, Lord. Anywho,
Next couple.
Laura and Birkan. Laura and Birkan, y'all. Laura is older. She's a teacher. She should know better, but she doesn't. She is going out to see Birkan. He was thrilled. We see him first, and he was thrilled that Laura got them an Airbnb because this nigga is homeless. He is couch surfing. He needs case management.
Mm-hmm.
Birkan, what is going on? He left that out. How you going out to eat with friends and you ain't got no house? There was a time that I stopped laughing, Josiah. You make me a professional on this lie. But is that not a valid question? I don't
I
understand that.
mean,
I've been homeless. I have slept on Alameda Beach. I have slept in parks in Hayward. I have slept in parks in Oakland, outside in cars. I've really been there and worked to get everything that I have had. Let me tell you what I didn't do when I was homeless. You wouldn't catch me at Chili's. You wouldn't catch me nowhere that didn't take EBT. As quiet as kept. So it's hard for me to see somebody homeless who's doing this, but he has friends, a lot of friends, and he says he's couch surfing. Now he is thrilled. But how is it that you want to marry Laura and get engaged with no house? You how? And Turkish men. I don't know if anybody is a fan of the challenge on MTV. I am a huge fucking super fan. I love the challenge. I just do. Shout out to Olivia and Yermi for winning this last season. Very good. And she did it while pregnant. Go girl, the power of women. But Turbo is a guy from Turkey on the challenge because they had the international stuff on there. We've seen a few people from Turkey on the challenge. The challenge actually has a version of it that airs in Turkey that I do enjoy because I'm a weirdo. Them men, they want to take care of their women. They pride themselves in providing. So it's very strange.
mm-hmm.
This one is couch surfing and happy about being in an Airbnb and ironing a shirt. The Airbnb that his girl paid for. Now, he tells us that he wants to get engaged. He wants to move to America. They're just an odd couple. I don't think Birkan and Laura are going to work just off the fact that I think Laura is in love with her best friend and he's in love with her, but for whatever reason, they don't want to be together that I have not been able to figure out yet. I feel like it's because she's insecure about her weight, and I feel like her best friend Michael was probably uncomfortable dating a woman of her weight. He seemed shallow a little bit.
I don't
But
even think it was that.
what do you think?
Like it was his physical deformity.
Physical deformity.
You know, he's deformed in his face if you didn't notice. And he mentioned that he gets
Not,
nervous.
it's not
No,
that bad though, to
it's
where
not where it was not noticeable, but he said that he doesn't know when he's with women if they really loving him for them and if that's an issue. He said it on the last episode that they were
that's
on.
bullshit. He was bullshitting and gaslighting the audience because this woman is your best friend, knows about your deformity, and looks at it all the time while you playing tennis and doing shit together and don't care. Your
Okay,
best
damn.
friend has also expressed that she wants you and is waiting on you to make a move and you have it. So there's something with him. Honestly, I'm more interested in Michael than Berkan. Once I saw this nigga is homeless, I was like, oh, okay. I want to know more about Michael because I get how you would be insecure dating people because of that. But this is someone that know you, who wants you, who you keep denying. And she's moved on because she's tired of waiting on you.
Right.
So he's weird for that, but I think that's who she needs to be with. But
I agree.
they meet up. Everything was okay. Like when they embraced, you could tell that she was looking at him like, "Are you gonna kiss me?" I'm still here. Are you going to kiss me? And he finally did it. Now, I thought things would go well, but as soon as they got into a taxi or a train ride, I believe, from the airport near their Airbnb, that's where shit got awkward. He sat in silence, just looking around. That's how he holds his face, is it not? And I'm looking at him like, I guess he's not talking. And she's noticing that something's off. And they're later on get to the Airbnb, change clothes. They walk along the water. She's like, oh, what a wonderful sunset. When the sun sets, the light goes elsewhere. He says some philosophical bullshit. Don't major in philosophy,
so
y'all.
crazy.
You ain't gonna find a job unless you want to teach. And they don't make a lot of money.
He said the architecture is our art. And I'm looking like,
what else?
Like, okay. And she goes, oh, that was so beautiful. Yes. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you know, cut that shit out. Like, what the hell?
I don't need nobody quoting history and architecture.
Some shit I can actually see.
Adriana on the Housewives of Miami when they were visiting Spain, and she was like, in 1847 this was painted, but it was just like a little different. Like, at least she was giving some substance. Like, I know he's into philosophy, but you don't have to. Like, I'm into psychology, tough, and studying to become a research psychologist and counselor, and you don't hear me on this live like, well, I'm thinking that based on what I saw on this television show from people I don't know, that this person is definitely not experienced self-actualization, and fight or flight is impacting their ability to have semantic memories in there. It's like, no one's doing that, bro. Shut the fuck up and just talk, bro. The sunset is beautiful. Give the girl some game. What does my husband call it? The Riz. Do that. Yeah. The sun ain't as pretty as you, though. Like, something. Try.
It was given. He really
architecture.
No, he's given. He is not attracted to her whatsoever, and
I'm glad you said that, because when the producers are talking to them, and she's like, "Oh, he's just what I love: tall, dark, dreamy, handsome. I just love to look at him. I don't need to look at her, huh? I don't need to look at her because I feel it. I feel this."
Sure.
So basically, I don't need to look at my husband to feel anything either. But if I look at my husband, I feel something down low, if you know what I'm trying to say. So
right. It's like
I don't understand. Like, I understand that you don't have to be with Denzel or Morris Chestnut. You don't have to be with them or a man that's like as handsome as them to like love someone, be attracted to some. But I do think that a basic attraction needs to be there physically.
That's a bare minimum. Like, that's a bare minimum of a basic attraction. Like, there needs to be something. Yeah, it needs to be something that grabs you into like enticement where you ain't never leaving that person, regardless, because the one thing that they have will always entice you no matter what. With this situation, however, it just felt like you are saying sweet things, you are saying basic knowledge, but you really ain't doing nothing that gives her security that you really want her. You're staring into space, looking at the stars, looking at the moon. It's like, okay, what are you doing? Because I would be offended. Just saying.
Child, I just got your text message from 2 hours. Sorry. I don't know if anyone else has this. So I have an iPhone. It's not new. It's a 16 Pro. But when I got this iPhone, I guess with the 16, there was some update. Now, anytime I am near my house, like I could be down the street, but still like near my house on the street, and my phone goes into D&D and silences notifications talking about I'm at home, unplugged, which I do so that I purposely avoid like social media too much, things like that. But it mutes my text and shit. And even when I allow James's text through, my husband's text, and my dad's, it don't be telling me nothing. I got to figure it out. Every time they make a new one, my phone start acting up. Sick of it. But I'm gonna have this phone till it break. I'm at that age. But yeah, they were weird. The philosophical statements, get back on track. They get back to their apartment. That Airbnb was nice, by the way.
It was. I was trying to get the name of the place.
Yeah, it was big. It was nice. It overlooked the water. That
Mm-hmm.
is like when I stay at Airbnbs, I feel like everyone should think this way. If you stand at an Airbnb, you should be getting luxury without having to pay for the hotels. I stayed
Yep.
at an Airbnb when I went to Mexico and Cancun. I was in the hotel zone, literally across the street from the Four Seasons, right at the beach. All of that. Then people was paying 4,000 probably for 2 nights. I said I'm paying $40. Got me fucked up. Luxury accommodations. Loved it. It was wonderful, and I'll be doing the same thing in Bali. And I'm gonna try and travel vlog because my younger sister does travel videos, and it's like you should travel vlog. You go places and then don't use it for content. Like, how about I record it and send it to you? Because she's got like 40,000 followers and does travel content. I do not do travel content and have 731 followers. So I
I was
said,
like,
why don't
oh, I
you?
can do that as if I become a flight attendant or something. But hell, but that's a different story for a different time.
I feel like you'd be good at that. I
Um,
know it don't pay shit, but I feel like you'd be
I
good
was
at
gonna
it.
say, yeah, I can't afford. I have to stay where I can't afford. Listen, y'all, I'm trying to actually get out of my career path and go into something else that pays six figures because life is only getting harder.
That's the truth. You'll do it. You're pretty determined. You always have been. You'll get
Oh
it done.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But the awkward silence was weird with these two. They're in the apartment. There's nothing to talk about. She's like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Probably like, can we at least get in the bed, cuddle something? He's like, all right, well, get some rest. I'm gonna, watch TV. It's only 9 p.m. for me, says the homeless, jobless guy. Because at 9 p.m. I be exhausted or sleep. Truth be told, if I'm staying up past 9, it's probably because I need something from the husband. That's just the truth. Ain't nobody just up that late. And for New Year's, making black eyed peas and some food. But other than that, please don't bother me past 9. But he's like, I'll join you later. It's giving he want to wait till she sleeps so he don't gotta fuck her.
Yep.
That's what it's giving. But she goes
Absolutely.
in the room, and Michael has been blowing her up. I said, dang, you and this man ain't talking. If y'all ain't talking, then I'd be in my phone. You not just gonna have me fly across the world and be jealous. If you're not paying attention to me, I'm in my phone. And if you want me to be out of my phone, pay me attention. Tell me I'm pretty. Take me on a date or bend me over. Do something. But don't just sit next to me talking about you want to watch TV. Laura, the fifth graders you teach could probably do more for you. You need to, I hope it gets better, but I don't know. It's given he has to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he wants to make
It's
it work.
giving. You need to watch.
Yep. Keep your
It's
eyes
giving. You
open.
need to keep your eyes open. It's giving. You need to have all your shit together and be able to make a quick exit. Because I'm telling you, something ain't right here. You gotta watch them quiet ones like that stare into space and shit. You do. You gotta watch
Yeah.
them.
I also feel like you have to watch people who have degrees in certain things or have interest in certain things, and philosophy
Mm-hmm.
is one of them because they will say some shit that you won't understand that or that'll force you into deep thought and deflect. I don't trust him. I really don't, especially with how he wants to isolate Michael away from her. But Laura says Michael been blowing her up, and I'm like, okay, we'll talk to him. She
Right.
said he
Like,
tracked her flight, made sure she got off, all this stuff. I said, oh, he tracked her flight. That's a man that cares. He wants to know that you landed.
right. And here you is with a man that won't even get into bed with you. You gotta watch TV first.
Because I know that when I'm tired and I'm like, I want to go to bed, and my spouse is like, I just want to watch something. When I say this man will move a game console in the room just to sit next to me, to be around me. And now I'm like watching this as little stuff like that you really do appreciate from your partners. Because I'd rather you do that. Now, sometimes he let my ass sleep because I'd be tired. But then
That's
there's
Gio. Gio
sometimes
will
that
let me go to sleep in a minute. He'd be like, "Okay, I'll be there in a minute."
I'll be mad sometimes waking up. Like, why did you let me sleep? When you were tired. You're not so cute when you sleep. Yeah, let me sleep that late. My sleep schedule fucked as it is. But, like little stuff like that counts. Laura, you're too old and too likable to be going through this.
Yeah, I feel bad for her in a sense, but then I
Yeah.
don't because she signed up for this shit.
And
But
she
at the
has
end of the day, like to me, she's too passive. That's the first thing. You're way too passive on the situation. You need to kind of be asking some questions. Do you not find me attractive? Why are you so distant? What is
Yeah.
going on here? Like,
I don't think she should ask them so soon. I think that's a mistake a lot of people make, because then you put something extra serious on it before you get to know each other. And when you do that before you've had fun, like any marriage and family therapist will tell you, that's not always the best thing. But I do think she needs to pay attention and at least communicate that to her friends, maybe not Michael, but she needs to have somebody that she can lean on and talk to about it. But right now, I think all she can do is observe and get sleep. But if the next time we see them on this show, the same shit is happening, he needs to leave your Airbnb
right, I'm gonna say just cool
and
wasting
go
your
back
money.
to and go
Yeah.
back to whoever's couch, and you've got this beautiful Turkish vacation. The food is good and you're on the water. Have fun. But the next episode looks like it'll be a lot. We know that Laura lost a lot of weight. I do feel like she lost weight to catch a man a little bit. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. But she wants to have skin removal surgery, which is something a lot of people who lose a lot of weight have to go through. It is cheaper to get surgeries done in other countries. So she made an appointment, and we're going to see her and Beer Khan in that appointment. And based on when the doctor showed her body on that screen and how Beer Khan looked, I don't know. I feel like we've got a season full of men who are just looking for a ticket to America. We shall see.
Only the strongest gonna survive. Like when I tell you, the only person that I feel like I don't have a doubt in my mind he coming to America is Daniel. That's the only person that I feel like he don't give a fuck what that lady got.
He promised his dead mama. He coming.
He coming.
He
He
coming.
coming. Yeah, for sure. Now whether or not he stay with old girl is gonna be maybe heads or tails, but he definitely getting his ass out of that out of Nigeria. He definitely is. But as far as everybody else, I'm kind of on pins and needles. But I don't see Beer Khan making it. I don't see. What's funny is that for some reason I don't see Sheena making it either. For some reason,
I don't think that Sheena and Forrest will make it as of what I know now, but I feel like our opinions could change depending on how things go with the parents. But if it stays the way it is now, I do not think they'll make it. I just don't. I think they'll last for a couple more years, but in the end, I don't think they're each other's forever person.
do you think she will leave the Philippines and come to America?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so either. That's why I said that. I was like, I don't see her dealing with Molly and this
I don't
bull.
think she'll do it unless her parents can come too. And based on the way that they have behaved in viewing the American man as an opportunity, I can't see him being willing to sponsor or let them come. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I think her parents are slicker than anybody could think.
Well, we don't know, so I'm reserving my opinion. I don't know what her parents are like.
Because it could be. But we're going to base the opinion based on what we've seen so far and been told. And based on what we've seen so far and been told, I don't see it going well. You want them to pay you to stay at your house while he's dating your daughter? No.
Okay.
No. That's some shit my husband's side of the family on his dad's side would probably try. Some family members be like that. And it depends. It depends. If their foundation's strong enough, they may be able to make it work. But if the parents have been an ongoing problem, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But that was really all that happened this episode of 90 Day Fiance Beyond before the 90 days. I'm assuming it'll air on Sunday because we'll pass the new year and all the holidays. The next holiday ain't Martin Luther King Day, and we'll see if Trump acknowledges it. But we'll be back maybe on Wednesday to go over Love and Hip Hop Miami. That's if it airs. And then James is planning an updates video. There's been several things happening with Bravo celebrities and others, as well as reunion looks. I am going to assume he is not going to waste anyone's time going over the Salt Lake City reunion looks when they never give. If there's any show that we can skip, it will always be Salt Lake City. They never give in the reunion. And I've
They
seen
don't.
don't like any of them, so I'm going to have no comment.
Oh no, she gonna have a comment because just
No,
the fact that you just
I'm not
said,
doing this. They wear the same stuff season after season. The only one who ever looks reunion ready is Angie. I am done commenting on these colorless women not being able to dress right, but spending, as Heather Gay calls it, 200,000+ on plastic surgery to still look crazy. No, thank you.
and that's what, and I need you to repeat those same words on my channel tomorrow or whenever we decide to do it.
I'll repeat 3 of them. I'm really done commenting on them. They wear the same stuff. I think them in Love and Marriage Huntsville are on like the last nerve that I have. Well, Salt Lake City with their outfits, not the show. Love and Marriage Huntsville, both. I'm tired. I'm tired. Big headed ass Tisha. Anywho, but we'll be back on James's channel for that. Also, be on the lookout for Love and Marriage Huntsville on the weekend. It airs on Saturdays. He usually covers it on Sundays. And I'm not sure when Potomac and Married to Medicine are back, but he covers those as well. So click the link in the description of this channel. Subscribe to James's channel. It's a fun time. And we will see you guys next time. Good evening.